day, grand rising and bright blessings to all of my petal patrons. Yes, I'm aware that is the afternoon. I am releasing this on the 14th, which is Saturn Day, and it's got the energy of the 14th Saturday and the 15th Sunday for a specific reason, because the energies are a little bit similar and how swift some things are lining up with all of the fire energies, but they go together because the universal energy of today, 7 universal energy frequency, is asking you to take responsibility for a portion of your spiritual journey. It is about healing, the healing energies that need to be in your awareness. Whether you do self-healing, whether you are a healer, today is a great day for your angels and spirit guides or whoever else it is that you're working with within your own personal pantheon. Give them space, give them allowance to come into your own field and do whatever work needs to be done, known and also unknown. Here's the reason. As we get ready to experience the final energy of today, and that won't be until like 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. What's going to take place tonight, the very last transit of the day, because we've finished with all the other ones, is the fact that this Chiron that is in Aries is having a sextile with the moon currently in Gemini. Now, the moon in Gemini is all about being aware. It's asking you in one sense to be aware, your mental awareness, but it's also asking you to be a little bit flexible. And the energy, I talked a lot about it last week, was this mutual reception that's going on. Excuse me. If you guys know me, you know. But the energy of the Sagittarius, the Mercury, the Jupiter, the Gemini, the mutual reception of the energies being in different places can cause some people this crisscross energy. But even if those weren't directly affecting you, the energy of these double trines that are taking place between Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries has been very pushy for a lot of people. Let's hurry up. Let's get this done. We got to rush. We got to have all these things figured out in 5 minutes. And the universe is like, no. If you know that you're doing the very best you can on a daily basis to do what's in your highest and best good, what's your highest level of joy, what it is, then you're going to be in great positions. But if there's been a point where you think, I should be here, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that stuff has to go away, because the universe is doing a universal Etch-a-Sketch reset, right? Taking all those lines and graphs and plans and all the things that you had, bringing them back down to earth a little bit more than has been done for lots of different reasons. So this puts us into the energy a little bit about where it is that we are expecting the energy to go tomorrow, which is Sunday the 15th, and 8 Universal Energy Day, which is about your personal responsibility and leadership. What are you doing for yourself? Not for the kids, not for the spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever else it happens to be, for you. What are you doing? Because if at no other point in the year have you put your mask on, okay, to breathe and raise that battery score on yourself, tomorrow the universe is going to make you do it. Not negatively, but sometimes we put ourselves in positions where we have these big series of expectations and then we beat ourselves up if we don't meet that expectation. Should be framework. Okay, it should just be framework. You should be able to bob and weave and move around and be flexible at any point. So here's what the universe is doing tomorrow, okay? We have total of 7 total transits that are going to take place on Sunday, okay? The first one is going to be at like dark early in the morning. So 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock a.m. is where we actually have the full moon energy between the sun in Sagittu mixing in with the moon, which will at that point still be in Gemini. Then we're going to have a square that shows up between the Neptune and Pisces and that new energy of the moon being in Gemini. Also at the same time, there's a little bit of a square that also highlights with the sun, although it's less impactful and it is void. There's going to be this energy that comes up out of that Neptunian energy in Pisces, ruler of the natural 12th house, reminder, your physical dreams as well as your dreams, but also the universe sharing things that you didn't know you didn't even know. That's going to show up tomorrow. So we have to be prepared to receive that new energy tomorrow in a level set way. Okay, then after the square shows up, and again, that's at like 6:30 in the morning, we're going to have a quincunx about another 10-15 minutes later, and that is where the Uranus and Taurus is going to force you to pay attention to the energy of resources. Now, resources can mean money, but it also means your personal energy, your personal time, or other people that you're dealing with that could be supportive. There's going to be some sort of a shift that pops tomorrow for a lot of people about the shift of resources that you have to pay attention to. Okay, especially if with regards to yourself versus the energy of the collective that's going to take place. Okay, then after we experience that, the moon is going to shift out of Gemini and into Cancer. So we have a moon shift that's going to come in just before lunch, 11:21 to 2:21 between both coasts. And the moon in Cancer is in its home zone. The moon in Cancer is all about our awareness, our environment. It is all about our caring of self, preparation for family, home and hearth, those different types of things, okay? So it's in its own little natural space. And if something doesn't fit that value, it can be a little bit wonky for some people tomorrow. So it's going from this big fire energy, slowing some things down a little bit, and taking that Jupiter energy, which is expanded everything, like I said, and bringing it back down, right? So there's going to be this big shift that's going to be taking place tomorrow in that energy. So that takes place, okay? So then what's going to happen is we're going to have a couple of back-to-back quincunxes that are going to happen, one before and then one after the Mercury goes into retrograde. All this happens like within 2 hours of each other, okay? The first quincunx that we're going to see, or the second one I should really say, is the fact that Pluto that's in Aquarius right here, wanting everything to change, is going to have some changes. The quincunx is this yellow line that I'm pointing to right here. It's going to force some sort of a change that needs to take place in your environment, your home, your hearth, and this right here, what needs to change within here. Because when Mercury goes direct in the energy of Sagittarius, it wants to move quickly and swiftly, post haste, okay, with all of the positive energies that you have balanced yourself into. Etch a sketch, leavened out, okay? Then we're going to also experience a quincunx with the Mercury directly in Sagittarius coming against that moon. Now, what this will do in that sort of, and you can see the opposition lining up between a couple things, I do want to talk about that, is, am I ready to move in the direction that Spirit is going this way just a little bit more? I hope that the answer is yes, but the reality is that some people are still fighting themselves because you think you know better, that it should have been done this way, when the universe is creating all of these perfect circumstances that just don't align anymore. Something is better than what you thought, which is why it hasn't happened. And even if you don't understand it in this very now moment, the universe knows better about what it's doing than what you might be feeling, seeing, knowing. And I'm bringing this up very specifically because some of us, even in the spiritual community, have to let Spirit run the show at some point. That's exactly what the whole point of it is. You doing this merger with your higher energy. You never lose you never lose yourself. You just become elevated, and you can see things a lot more quickly about what is going to be in the highest alignment for you at any given moment in time, so that you can bob and weave and you can move, which is why being in this neutral point is always the best place to be. So the mantra, and this is the mantra, if you don't have a better mantra to ever use and you get confused, is I am always in alignment. That means the universe is going to take things away that you don't even have any business paying attention to, and be prepared to let them go. They're not helping you. So why hold on to some shit that's not helping you, okay? That is the purpose of full moon. That is the purpose of allowing yourself to see that we've come full circle on this. There's not a lot of activity. Let's just let this go for now, okay? And let's allow new things to show up, and watch whatever it is that you sink your teeth into, whatever energy you put into this energy of the environment that you are trying to create, even if it's harmoniously just for yourself. Watch not only how swiftly things come in, but stay there. And you'll see the evidence of that this time next year. Watch. Plus, there's more. So those are the main energies that are going to be showing up. Again, tomorrow's about leadership energy. The universe is getting us prepared for this Venus that's in Aquarius all next week, and this Pluto in Aquarius all next week, to be in alignment with the changes that you need to be in harmony. Venus, second house resources, seventh house relationships, even the relationship to yourself or your team or whatever the case may be. This is all about you coming into compassion for yourself. Because when you have compassion for yourself, you can do more for other people when it's time to dig into their bowl of Cheerios. As always, may you receive everything you need, want, desire, and find the beauty in all things.